Jesus went up on a mountain, and there he sat with his disciples. Now the Passover, a feast of the Jews, was near. Then Jesus lifted up his eyes, and seeing a great multitude coming towards him, he said to Philip, "Where shall we buy bread that these may eat?" But this he said to test him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 denarii worth of bread is not sufficient for them, that even one of them may have a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, "There is a lad here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish, but what are they among so many?" Then Jesus said, "Make the people sit down." Now there was much grass in the place, and the people sat down in number about 5,000. And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed them to the disciples, and the disciples to those who were down, and likewise of the fish, as much as they wanted. So when they were filled, he said to the disciples, "Gather up the fragments that remain, so that nothing is lost." Therefore they gathered them up, and filled 12 baskets, which the fragments of 5 barley loaves, which were left over by those who had eaten. Then these men, when they had seen the sign that Jesus said, "This is truly the prophet who is to come into the world." Christ walks on the water. Therefore, when Jesus perceived that they were about to come, and took him by force to make him king, he departed again to a mountain by himself alone. And when evening came, his disciples went down to the sea, got into the boat, and went over the sea towards Capernaum. And it was now dark, and Jesus had not come to them. Then the sea arose, because a great wind was blowing. And so when they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus walking on the sea and drawing near the boat. And they were afraid. But he said to them, "It is I, do not be afraid." Then they willingly received him into the boat, and immediately the boat was at land where they were going. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. While we make this transition, I just want to say how much we appreciate John and the youth coming, our young ladies coming to present our special music for us today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say, just before we got started here, Pastor Carlos, he's out on vacation in Colorado. He actually just wanted us to know that he's praying for us this morning and praying for you. So that's going to be a blessed word, but he just wants everybody to know he's with us in heart.
Turn into wine, up in the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you, none like you. Into the darkness you shine, out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you, none like you. I got a Savior, I got a stronger, got you higher than any other. I got a healer, awesome in power. I got. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Then what can stand against? God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power, our God. Our God.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And I forgot to mention that Betty Griffin she's having terrible allergies and bronchitis, and her voice that's the reason she was missing from the choir this morning. So I want to be sure that we lift her up in prayer. Let's lift her up in prayer also. Lord, hear our prayers. We hope that she recovers quickly. Pastor Carlos, he called. I didn't get to talk to him. I had my phone on silence, but I appreciate that so much about him, that he always calls and he always prays for us and always calls to let us know that he is thinking about us and that he is with us in prayer and in spirit. So we're very grateful that he remembers us in that way, and very grateful that he can have this time apart of rest and relaxation and